Welcome to another episode of Bariatric Makeovers. I'm Dr. Hanna, and I'm here with Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Great. Tell us your story.
Well, let's see. It's going to be 4 years this December since you performed the surgery, and I feel and look great.
That is amazing. So tell me what inspired you to choose surgery as an option for weight loss?
Tired of being fat.
Putting it bluntly,
both in mental, physical, and health. I mean, all three together. It just got to be very, what's the word, tiresome?
Sure.
You know, it wasn't healthy. I was on 3 different insulins alone.
Wow.
I was on 2 shots and pills.
Right.
No, actually 4. I'm sorry, I take it back. That's right. I was on 2 pills, 2 syringes, 2 different syringes. Besides high blood pressure, cholesterol, all of that. That was one of the reasons. The second reason was I'm tired of having to go out and buy 4XL clothes. You know, it was just, and I had reached the point where you name the diet over the years, I had tried it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Every diet that I could think of, I mean, I did those, and it was a roller coaster. Lose a couple, gain a couple, lose a couple, gain a couple. You know.
And obviously these diets failed you.
Yeah,
right.
You know, like I said, you know, I mean, whether it was a special diet, whether it was special foods, whether it was the powders, the drinks, they didn't really do anything. It wasn't all their fault. I mean, some of it was my fault. You still had the mentality in your head that I could still eat, but I would eat less. Yeah, not really. It didn't work. So before I moved up here, I had looked into bariatric surgery down in Arizona, and there was only the 2 options at the time, which is, I call it the replumbing or the lap band.
That's right. So that's gastric bypass and the band.
And,
okay.
You know, the bypass, I'd heard lots of good stories, but I've heard lots of bad stories, like anything that happens.
Sure.
If it's performed and done correctly, it should work.
There you go.
The lap band, I'd always heard you basically for the rest of your life would eat baby food in order to not over stuff the pouch, is the way to put it. And I kept putting off. 3 times I came within that close of doing it down there.
Okay.
Didn't do it. March of 2014, I took a cruise. We were in the Bahamas.
Yay, Bahamas.
Oh yeah, beautiful. I can't remember where we were, but we were in an island that had Inca ruins.
Okay.
We were supposed to take an excursion, about a 3-mile walk around to several different ones.
Right.
I don't think I went more than 1/8 of a mile.
Oh,
I was
geez.
dying.
Yeah.
I was sweating. I was shaking. I didn't know what the heck was wrong. I told my friends, you guys take the excursion, I'm just going to wait here. Walk back. There was one ruin, maybe about a 1/4 mile at the end of the trek. I said, I can make that, no problem. By the time it took me to walk that short distance, they had come all the way around, all the group.
Wow.
I said, that's it. I've got to do it. And I didn't know about the sleeve at the time. All I knew about it. So I said, okay. Came back here.
So what was your weight back then?
333 was my top weight.
Okay.
I never could forget it because it was 3 trees. I mean,
there you
it
go.
was like,
that's easy.
It was easy to remember, but it was disgusting to think about that.
Sure.
Came back here. My doctor recommended a different bariatric surgeon, no names. Went to see the gentleman. Hated it. Hated, not to be negative to anybody, but not only that doctor, but his entire staff. I swear I felt like I was with the Gestapo. That's the only way to describe it. There was never any words of encouragement.
Right.
Their attitude was, you must lose weight. No kidding, really? Why am I here?
Right.
To gain weight?
Sure.
I went back to my doctor. She recommended you. From the day I walked in here, not only yourself, but every staff member was a pat on the back person. Yes, you were critical that the object was to lose weight.
Sure.
But you didn't drive it home with a sledgehammer.
Right.
You did a pat on the back. Hey, you lost 2 pounds for this one. That's great. Now let's try for 3 next month.
There you go.
That attitude, not only with yourself, but with the entire staff that you have, made me go, hey, this is going to work this time. And then after you described the sleeve to me and that procedure, I was so convinced I couldn't wait to do it. I didn't want to wait 6 months. I wanted to wait 6 hours to get it done because I was that convinced that I knew I found something that would work.
So you were excited, you were encouraged.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do here at Las Vegas Bariatrics, you know?
Absolutely.
We're here for you.
And like I said, I believe, like I said, not just yourself, but you have a great staff that were the same way. And I think it does reflect on the doctor, the staff.
Thank you for that.
I mean, because I'm not being negative to the other person, because the people that were there were nice people.
Sure.
But they took his views, if you want to use that term, of what you need to accomplish.
Right.
But you need pats on the back. You need encouragement. You don't need to be browbeaten to do it. You know you're there. Most people are afraid to be here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is a huge step. I mean, to make the decision to come and have surgery for weight loss, you know, that's a huge decision. So, you know, I commend you on making the decision. Now, how has that changed your life as far as lifestyle after surgery?
It's sometimes hard to describe, other than the fact that the humorous part is to walk into a store to buy clothes and not have to look at a size, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, I can buy, I don't know what the term, normal clothes. I mean, I can go in and go, oh, that's too big, and that's going to fit. I mean, I didn't have to go and look in the huge and big tall section. That's the only place I can go to find something. Now I can go and buy literally anything.
That's amazing.
That alone right there is a huge game changer. To be able to take a walk without losing my breath.
Sure.
To be able to walk up and down steps without having to worry about it, other than the fact I'm just old, but that's...
I bet you can do laps around that ruin now, right?
Oh, I would love to go back there, and that's a good idea someday to think to go back to see that. To actually maybe take the excursion then.
There you go.
But it's a lifestyle change. And I enjoy not only talking to, well, I enjoy talking to anybody and everybody that asks me about it.
Sure.
And I will tell them the 999,000 pros.
Sure.
And the few cons, because there's always cons.
Obviously,
but the cons are mostly right here.
That's true. And that's something you can work with, right?
Well, that was the thing you have to do. You have to, your body is very convinced within days of the surgery what's happened.
Right.
The hardest thing is to convince this thing on top of your neck.
Exactly.
Because your brain continues to say, eat a little bit more. You can have a little bit more. Come on, we can have a little bit more. And your body's going, no, but the brain keeps winning.
That's right.
Until you can convince the brain. And that's the hardest thing. And I have told everybody that has ever asked the question, you convince the brain, you will win.
There you go.
And it took a while to convince the brain.
So it's a huge learning process.
Absolutely.
That's why we have you on a stage diet after surgery.
It was,
doing
and it was
liquids,
perfect.
then soft stuff, and you know, this is weeks in the making. Fill me in on some tactics on how you overcame that mind struggle, stomach after surgery, and the mental struggle.
Well, as you stated before, your stomach and your brain have to coordinate with each other, or your brain wins.
Right.
And if you eat even, well, as you're eating, your brain's going to tell you to keep eating more, and your stomach's going to say no. And eventually, you're going to eat one bite too much, and when you do that, you're going to get sick.
There you go.
And to be honest with you, it's not a fun feeling, but it taught me, at least with my brain, to stop eating.
That's right.
And that was the best thing. It's no fun to do that, and after 1 or 2 times, your brain finally says, this is no fun. I don't like being sick.
Yeah.
And the body wins. And just as soon as you're able to do that, that's half of the process right there, that your food intake will drop, and you will feel so much better. And that was that was the hardest thing to get this convinced. And once it was, I really feel the rest of it was easy.
That's great. So obviously you have to learn how to take care of that little stomach that we gave you.
And you have to make it.
We made it small, and literally have a small stomach now.
Yeah, but like you said, it's a banana.
It's a banana. Yeah,
and
exactly.
I've shown that to people. I said, see this banana? That's my stomach. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
That's great. So obviously, 4 years later, after your surgery, you're doing excellent. So
I think I am doing great.
So you have the formula down. You know exactly what to do. You have your lifestyle in order.
Yep.
So what is your health like as far as you said you've been on all these medicines for diabetes?
I'm on nothing now. Basically, within 6 months of the original surgery, I was off of the 2 insulins. Well, maybe I'd have to say that might have been even 3 months. I think within 90 days I was off of the insulins.
Yeah.
And then within 6 months I was off of all pills.
That is amazing.
The only thing I take now are all the vitamin supplements that you recommended. And that, I mean, to me, that all doesn't sound like a lot.
Daily
you
vitamins.
should have them anyway.
Right.
But I have no problems taking my little pill pouch, as I call it, in the morning, and it's, to me, a meal. That's a meal. That's my pills are a meal. I make a joke of it. That's my first meal of the day, is to take my pills.
Vitamins.
Because you have to have the vitamins. You do in what you take in for food now, you're not taking in the same amount of vitamins and minerals that you take with food. So you have to have the supplements. No problem.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously you have a smaller stomach, so your portion control is limited.
Oh, yeah.
So small portions. So now it's all about selecting proper nutrition, nutritionally dense food, so good food, and you have to supplement with vitamins.
Right.
Because you don't absorb everything like you did in the past with this little stomach. So, but a multivitamin, daily multivitamin is all you really need.
As I said, I love it. And the best part is, today I could eat anything and everything in little teeny portions, multiple times a day. And people laugh, and I'll say I'll eat anywhere between 4 and 8 times a day. And they say, how could you eat that much? I said, okay, I'm eating like an ounce of something. Oh, you can do that? Yeah. People, the funniest part is it's funny, you could even eat, if you want to use the term, some bad foods.
Right.
But I can eat a cookie and be happy. I can eat one little chocolate chip cookie and go, I'm happy.
Yeah. So really it's all about portion.
How could you eat one?
Yeah.
It's the old Lay's commercial. How could you eat one Lay's potato chip? I can't. I could eat one potato chip, well, maybe 2, but I could have that and be happy. That's my little extra meal for that particular time.
Right. And that's what we teach you too. Once you have your healthy meal throughout the day, we say you still can enjoy the little things in life. You just have to know how to do it and when to do it.
That's right.
Okay, and not overdo it.
There's the big word. Don't overdo it, because if you do, you will gain the weight back, because your stomach is still a expandable instrument. And if you don't follow what you're supposed to do, whether it's 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years, your stomach will grow back again. I know it will do that, and I'm never going to let it do that.
And the key to that also is calories. You have to understand what calories you're putting in. You said the term there, you can gain the weight back, and yes, people can gain the weight back, but you have to know what not to do.
Right.
And obviously you're doing it right. So tell us, what would you say to individuals out there who are looking into this surgery, wanting to lose weight, and thinking about surgery as an option?
Do it. I mean, that's the only way to say it. If you have dieted and you exercise and it's not working for you, everybody's body is different. I have absolutely no complaints from the surgery. Here's my results. You look at the before picture.
Amazing.
You look at the before picture of me.
Oh, yeah.
And you see this picture of me, and like I said, I'm 4 years from having it done. And I'm planning on being here for maybe 40, but I doubt 40. But I'm so...
We're shooting for the stars, Mark.
Yeah, really. It's true.
There's no limit here. We're doing this.
That's true. But no, all joking aside, I am 100% behind the surgery to anybody and everybody, as long as you follow the pre-program to get ready for it.
That's it. It's key.
And the after. I mean, and the after is huge.
It's huge.
But it's not hard to do it. I'm Italian. I'm very stubborn. Italians love pasta.
There you go.
I still eat pasta.
Hey, there you go. But you know how.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I could remember I'd eat like a bowl of pasta, which was probably about at least 8 ounces of it, and I go to myself, oh, that's all I ate? Gee. 8 ounces? 2 ounces and I'm happy. And that's the best part of it. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to have more. You know, so I've gotten to the point where I go to make it, I got to make sure I don't over make it, because if I put it in the refrigerator for too long,
a week's left over.
Yeah, it'll spoil. So, but again, I can still enjoy pasta. I can enjoy anything.
That's great, Mark. That's great.
But in little portions, and that's what you have to do, portion control.
Awesome.
With this.
I love it. Well, thank you for being here today.
I'm glad you asked me.
It's so nice to see you.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to see the great success.